They're shifty little buggers. Sure, the alien armada always starts out in a tight, orderly formation, but soon they'll scoot, juke, and loop to avoid your devastating lasers, inching ever so closer to destroying everything you love, mainly your 3 spaceship lives. Flip Ships is a dexterity-based tabletop game that mimics retro arcade shooters like Space Invaders, Galaga, or Phoenix. In Flip Ships, a horde of alien ships cascade down toward your home planet, and up to 4 players work together to prevent them from entering the atmosphere. To fight back, you literally flip your ships onto the threats, hoping to ram them into oblivion. Here's how it plays. In a typical Flip Ships game, we're actually going to be standing on this side of the table, flipping away from us. But for demonstration purposes today, I get to flip these ships awkwardly sideways. On your turn, you're going to take your ships and you're just going to try to flip them and ram these guys into oblivion. So let's see how this goes. Not so great, but typically if you go and land your ship onto an enemy invader, then that will be enough to take it out. However, some of these ships are made a little bit differently. So for instance, this alien ship here will take 2 hits to kill, while this ship is actually shielding its neighbors, so you will have to prioritize killing this ship first. We get a couple special powers too, so maybe I have a ship that has some short range lasers that I will use this calculating card to see if I'm within range to kill another card over here. Once all the players have flipped their ships, then we get to remove those cards and the enemy cards will then move too. This ship over here is going to move 1, some may move 2 spaces, and other ships may push all the way to the atmosphere if the pathway were clear. Our planet has 20 health. If we take 20 points of collective damage, everybody loses. The nice thing is, as the planet does take some damage, this does unlock new ships for each player, also some special powers. You're going to have to take out all of the ships here, plus in the deck, plus the Mothership, and in order to do that, we're going to have to flip your ship from this side all the way across into the Mothership, and it will take several hits to take down this monstrosity. Hey, nobody said protecting a planet would be easy, but is it fun? Let's see what the Going Analog reviewers think.
Welcome back, both of you guys, veteran Going Analog reviewers. So Tim, you've been on the show before. Thanks for coming. You run Double Fine. You're the boss of Double Fine Productions. You brought a shirt to plug.
You can't read this. I was not playing Gang Beasts.
Yeah. Just Gang Beasts just came out not that long ago. But yeah, thanks for coming by. And so I contacted you because I know you're an old school gamer, and I'm like, hey, we're gonna play this game.
He's like old.
You're an old school
gamer.
Old school gamer. And I'm like, hey, we're gonna play this game that's it's sort of like a Galaga, Space Invaders, Phoenix sort of setup. And then you're like, I grew up with those games, you know. You love this stuff.
And even back then, I wasn't very good at them. So it's nice to see that it's continuing.
No, we won.
Oh, we won.
Remember?
That's right, we won.
We won.
There's no proof.
By
Totally.
a long margin.
Yeah, so thanks for coming back, Joe. Jess, you've been on the show before as well. We're co-workers at, we're not supposed to say what company we're at, but we're at a game company. And you are, what's your title so I don't mess it up this time?
I'm just a creative project manager,
Okay.
working creative.
I keep calling you different things.
It's fine.
All right, and you both know me, of course. I'm the host of the show, also an old school gamer. Grew up, I remember spending tons and tons of quarters playing Phoenix at the local laundromat back in my old hometown. So we played this game. It's a cooperative dexterity-based game. Christina earlier showed us how it's played. We've won some, we admit it, we've lost some. And it was tough. It was really bad when we lost. It wasn't even close. But let's talk about, what did you like about this game? Tim, why don't you start us off?
The couple things I like about this game, I really like it, and a lot of dexterity things that they might be fun and satisfying to do, but they quickly kind of wear out if there's no strategy or thinking to it. Though this game has enough of where I'm really thinking about where I'm shooting. Not that I get anywhere near where I'm trying to shoot, but I definitely have a thought in my mind of like, oh, I would really like to get this guy with the shields. Because so there's enough thinking that it really adds a pressure to where you're flipping, so you're not just like randomly flicking. And also, like, a lot of flicking games are heavy wooden discs, which A lot of them are really fun, but after a while, I have like a black and blue fingernail because
That's weird. I have a lot of friends too who like, crokinole. Like
Yeah.
they don't like flicking the heavy wooden disc because it hurts their fingers. I'm like, I don't get it.
I've developed a very gentle style for crokinole.
All right.
But this one is just nice, light, little. It's flipping.
Yeah, these just little
They're not
cardboard
heavy,
things here.
so I can keep my manicure looking good.
Yeah. How about you, Jess? What did you like?
Yeah, I just love the way the game looks. The art is very nice. It's kind of got this watercolor thing going on, kind of neon colors. Goes with the space theme a little bit, and it does. I feel like the theme does capture that old school shoot 'em up type games, like you said, Galaga, Space Invaders, or even some modern shmups where you have ships that upgrade. And that's one thing I really love about the game is not just flipping the ships, but being able to unlock better ships as you take damage. I thought that was a really cool mechanic of the game. It scales well depending on how challenging you want it to be, so you can add more cards to make it more difficult, or increase the amount of health that you need to damage the mothership. So just the game does a lot of things well.
Which is weird because I think the first time I played it, I'm like, this game's actually pretty easy. And then we played it last time, before this time, we beat it pretty handily. And then we're like, this game's not that hard. And then today the game kicked our asses, but it was all the same difficulty setting every time.
So who was there for all the games you lost?
Me, I guess. Well, I guess. But yeah.
I'm like 50-50. But,
Yeah, I would say 50-50. I play the game a few times, and
I would say probably 60-70%. I've won more, but like tough. So for me, my favorite part of this game is that it's a cooperative dexterity game, right? Flip ships, like we're all working together towards a common, really tough goal. Like you have to get these spaceships, and we're all working together. Like, okay, maybe Tim, we're going to leave this one to you because your spaceships are better suited for that. Taking out this guy, I'm going to go after the mothership because I have the big spaceships that lets me try several times at the mothership. So I like that cooperation, but I also like, it's sort of like if you're gambling at a roulette table in Vegas, and because everyone wins together, and that energy is a lot of fun, right? Like I don't know if like some of the footage that you'll see in this video, but it's like we're all cheering together. We're all like super happy when someone makes a really tough shot, or we're all like miserable together when things go poorly.
Yeah.
And you definitely feel like you let the team down when you don't hit that ship. But luckily, everyone has those moments that spread out pretty evenly.
Yeah, everyone's
Let's
equally
make
that,
let's,
right?
Yeah.
let's agree on that.
We
It
share
was
the
spread out
blame.
But you
pretty
did
evenly.
You did lose us the battle.
Yes.
Yeah, by a fluke of the first player. Thing. I happened to be the one who got handed the impossible task of destroying all the ships with one.
Did you growing up playing old school Space Invader type shoot 'em ups? Did this kind of capture that feeling for you?
I mean, the relentless, progression down the screen, like Space Invaders, was really reminiscent of that. It doesn't really help to get the guys on the leading edge, though. That's one of my techniques for Space Invaders that I was trying to apply here. Didn't really help.
Like with Galaga, where if they're attacking you, they go back into the deck and come back out. You don't
they do
discard
that.
them, right?
Yeah,
So,
if they make it through. Right?
yeah.
And if you're really good, you can get multiple guys with one shot.
And I don't know if this is a more obscure old school game, but Phoenix, do you guys remember that game back in the day? So that had a big giant yellow mothership. Like you go through several waves of enemies and you fight a mothership. So I like that there's one, besides these cards, they're already tough to hit, but there's that effing thing at the end there that's so crazy hard. Again, back to what I was saying, like when you land those shots, like everyone is thrilled, right? Everyone at the table is cheering and so happy.
I wouldn't know about that.
This never
Don't
happened.
do it like this.
Yeah.
Is one thing I've learned.
Yeah, that.
All
And there's tough decisions too. Like you can damage the mothership as the game goes, or wait till the end for the final assault where you're just trying to kill it at the end.
You can get in a bad position though if you
yeah,
don't kill it, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, if you wipe out all the cards first, the small ships, and you only have the mothership left, the mothership, everyone gets one turn, right? It's one round to defeat the mothership, and if you don't do it, it just auto kills everything. So
Get the rage of the mother.
the pressure is on. Yeah. All right. So what did you guys not like about the game, Jess?
Yeah, I liked a lot of things about it. I think the things that I didn't like is sometimes there is that sort of games that go really quickly because you just start off really poorly. I don't
today.
know. Like today, where you just on that first round or second round, you take like 10 or 15 damage, and you're already in the hole. And so it's not necessarily a bad thing, but sometimes you feel like it goes too quickly because of the difficulty based on how the cards come out. Because you can get a lot of those straight shot enemies that come out, or a lot of shielded enemies. So you really have to be pinpoint accurate to progress the game. But luckily, the game alleviates that by letting you have more ships. But that was the one thing I didn't like per se. Is like just the difficulty of it at times. You know, there's this inconsistency of
based on what cards come
Yeah,
out, right?
yeah.
So there's one thing I give credit to our friend Nick Sutner, who mentioned this. He wasn't supposed to be talking and influencing the reviewers, right? But he did mention, and I agree with him there. That it's weird that it's one deck of cards. So every enemy, from the really tough ones to the guys that take double hits to the guys that move really fast, it's all completely randomized, right? So I think that's sort of to your point that you might have a tough opening setup, or you might have a really easy opening setup, and we kind of wish that maybe it ramped up, right? Like the enemies get tougher, so maybe there was like a second deck or a second half of the deck where tougher enemies start coming out, and you have a better ramp up difficulty curve wise. And how about you, Tim? What did you not like about flip ships?
You know, I mean, when I was playing it, I never was struck with anything like, I don't like this about this game, except for when you thumb it and it only goes a little bit. That's really embarrassing.
Yeah, especially when you're like right here next to the mothership.
It's funny because like the worst shots are the most fun in a way because like it's so pitiful. It's just so laughable, and you get like this little.
You were actually hitting the side
Yeah, I
of
was
this, which
trying
was
to
like
get
killing the momentum
when
on
you're
your
really
thumb.
really close. Yeah, it was not.
Yeah, you were just like tapping this, and then you
Let's
lose
not
all the
focus
power.
on this too much. Let's just say mistakes were made.
You need to
all
know the
around.
length of your thumb, so you're not. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just growing so fast.
Also, your grotesque thumbs, that your misshapen thumbs. So,
Now I have to do it now.
my thing with the game is, so there's really one main mode, right? It's the game. Oh, that was your
was
best
close.
shot.
Yay!
There's only really one primary mode, and we did play the secondary mode, which was where all of us in real time, non-cooperatively, competitively, were just firing all our ships and trying to sink seven
that was
into that
just
thing.
silly.
It's like shitting baskets at the carnival or something, right? So that's just a silly kind of side game. I wouldn't consider that a real game. What we played, doesn't change that much. You can make it more difficult. You could change the health of the mothership or the city. That's all you can tweak, or the difficulty settings. So, and we asked Renegade, right, at the time of this filming, there's no expansions planned for this, right? At least on record or officially. So I kind of wish like there's more ships, or there's just a different kind of setups, or these powers. There aren't that many of these. If you
Yeah,
play
it'd be an easy
four-player-
game to add to in that way for these cards or those ships.
Yeah, your different powered ships. I think that would be super easy. I wish the game came with like twice as many.
Yeah.
So every setup, if you play 4 players, you've pretty much seen everything.
That's
right?
another thing good to mention is there's a power in here that refers to these moon spaces right here, which are pretty much these square spaces on this track. And that's like, I don't want to say half the power cards in there, but I felt those are really difficult because that's almost as hard as hitting any of these cards individually. So to use those powers for those ships, you have to hit these spaces.
You have to land in one of these,
Yeah,
right?
and that's, in the games I played, it's been really hard to do that. So.
All right, let's get to our conclusions. As you guys know, you guys are veterans here. We're going to get a D20. We're going to roll these, and that's how many words you get to have to make your final thoughts. So let's do that right now. 8.
1.
8.
8. 1.
1?
All right. Cool. All right. 8, 8, and 1. All right, so that's how many words you get. Take a few minutes. All right, we're back after a couple of hours of writing. 17 words total.
Yeah.
All right, I'll go first. The high numbers go first. I wrote for my 8 words, great, beautiful game. Fun for groups, needs expansion. Tim, you have
Nice.
8 as well.
I did 2 of them. So just tell me, you can just cut out the one that you don't like.
Wait, what? You did 2 of what?
2 reviews of 8 words each.
You did 16 words?
Well, no, they're different.
Okay.
And I'm really more like tone poems than reviews.
All
I'm
right,
not
do
a
whatever you
professional
want.
reviewer.
Who cares?
Flip alone, die together. Mothership hole in one. Which isn't something that happened, but we could act like that happened. Or
That was a good one.
my short laser in your face, die aliens.
Those are the final words you want to leave everyone with on your
Die
review.
aliens.
Okay, Jess, you rolled a 1.
Yeah,
I
one
think it's
word.
only happened once before.
right.
So what is your...
Fliptastic.
Oh, you did make up a word.
Yeah.
You were asking off camera, like, can I make up a word? I'm like, no. But, all right. So now we're going to vote, give our final verdict on the game.
I still can't.
So you know, we changed this. We might have changed this. I don't know, since you last been on here. This
Part I
means
don't like.
I love the game. I like the game. Sideways thumb. Are you watching? Sideways thumb is you're meh or okay. It's okay. It's fine. Or you don't like the game. All right. So on 3. Now, if we all unanimously decide we love the game gets an award from the Going Analog Show. All right.
Like
Ready?
cash prize?
We'll figure it out.
Seal of approval.
Yeah. A JPEG that says award. All right. Ready? On 3. 1, 2, 3.
Hey,
Oh, super close.
The spoiler, shoot
That
the
was
spoiler.
really close. That was really close.
Wow, what a grump.
No, I really like this game. I wish there were more to it. I want more. It's like a very simple game.
This is like
Sorry, Renegade.
in video games. Like, it was a great game, too short. Like the first review, like the night you released the game.
Yeah,
Too short.
exactly. All right, thanks very much, guys. I appreciate your time. And you guys you like us on Facebook, right? You're subscribed to the newsletter.
I mean, I'm waiting to see. All
right.
No, I do. I like, comment, and subscribe on all your videos.
I don't love, but I like.
Yeah.
You don't love Going Analog? All right.
Yeah.
All right. So if you guys like the show, please do us a huge favor. You can like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter. You can subscribe on YouTube. The best thing to do, you can subscribe to our newsletter. Go to goinganalogshow.com, subscribe to the newsletter, and you'll automatically be entered to win free board games once in a while when we feel like sending them out. All right, thanks.
We don't get free board games. Come over here all the time. We never got a free board game.
Welcome to a very, very special episode of Seanbaby Kids on the Block Plays Board Games. This is the maximum hype episode with the totally rad new kids game, and let me tell you how this game is played. So you roll your die, and then you move that number of spaces in either direction, right? Because you want to go for your favorite new kid. Now say you land on Joe. That's a good new kid. You get to pick from any of the Joey pictures that you want. You can get douchebag Joey, cute Joey. I mean, they're all cute, but like that one in particular. Then you keep that photo. You don't ever get a second Joey picture the whole game. You want to collect as many photos of the new kids, then take them to the center and then roll the dice. You add that number plus the number of photos you have, and if it's 10, you win. That's the whole game. But I should also let you know that you can fuck your friends over just a little bit in the new kids game. So for example, if you land on a space, you might draw a card and it says concert pass, and that does something, it's cute. Then you might get go to the Joe space. That's a lucky card. Then you might get send any opponent to the Danny space. Now see, this is the harshest new kids in the block punishment you can give anybody, is the Danny space. They go to the Danny space and then they have to find their favorite Danny photo, which is troublesome. It's like everyone else has these professional photos and then this one is like, Danny, do you have any you could just like bring from home? Shu made that observation that this is just, some asshole took this at Danny's home with a disposable camera and he does not look happy about it. He's like, do you know who I am? I'm Danny from the New Kids. You can't just come into my home and take photos. I don't even know what Danny sounds like. None of them play instruments. All they do is sing, and I couldn't tell, gun to my head, I couldn't tell you what Danny sounds like. He's probably like a shrieking chimpanzee. Hi, Danny, I know you're watching. You Googled yourself, and you just Googled Danny. I'm getting way off topic. Look at the photos, they're fantastic photos. This is just got back from camping Donnie. They got, haven't told my parents yet, but they know Jonathan. Another really cute Joey. He's the best new kid. You know what, that's it. I think we covered it. The game's fantastic. I know we don't normally give review scores during this part of the Going Analog segments, but 10 out of 10. 10 maximum hype new kids out of 10. New kids!